just wanna feel this moment. I just wanna feel this moment.
For us, para powerlifter, we have world stage for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, all the world have focus on you. Living with a disability, I am able, during 2 minutes, to have this, people around the world look at me, try to see what I'm gonna do. So these 2 minutes for me is something amazing, is something great. Being para-powerlifting forced people to treat me not because of my disability, but they treat me because of my ability. This is our goal, to be respected, to be accepted, to be treated not because of our disability, but because of our ability. And this is fantastic, this is amazing. That's why for me, para-powerlifting is, it's something very, very good, and I am happy to be para-powerlifter.
The women's action continues on day 3 of these America's Powerlifting Championships. The women's 73 and 79 kilo finals coming up now, and then in the afternoon, the men's 88, 97, and then into the evening, we've got the 2 heaviest weight divisions, up to 107 and over 107. Here's our 10 battling for the 2 sets of championship crowns. At 73 and at 79, we start off with Jelena Pepper of Estonia at 6. And they'll have their potential. There's 5 in the 93 kilo final. There's 4 going at 79. And a quartet of Brazilians looking to go all the way in terms of very, very heavy weights. So Mariana D'Andrea, who's just seen her record broken at 67 kg by Bertha Fernandez. Well, she's got a chance to do something big at this mark, and she is the America's holder as well here. Good field this is. Obviously, there's a whole set of medals for the total competition as well. Here are our record holders. Suad Ghazwani with a world record from 2013 of 150. Brittany Arenzi from Ireland, the next gen, the old junior record of 100 kilos set in 2019. And the American record held by Mariana D'Andrea. We're still waiting for the other records to be set. All new records. And at 79 kilos, Bose Omalayo with the world record of 144. Mariana Serrano of Chile holding the world and American next-gen junior records. Maria Ortiz of Chile is the America's record holder. So we have 9 going forward for this double final at 73 and at 79. And here they come. And again, it's in ascending order of weights. Brazil very well represented. So it's Jelena Piper for Estonia, Pamela Munoz for Chile, Yesenia Colmenares of Mexico, she's going for 81, Macarena Montero of Chile, Claudia Miranda for Mexico. And 4 for Brazil. Amanda de Souza going for 90. Elizete Arujo going for 92. Carolyn Fernandez going for 101. And Mariana D'Andrea, the America's record holder, she's seen one record lost, defending another here. The Americas and Pan Am champion. She's on the way, aiming for 130 in the opening round. So 5 are going in the 73 kilo final and 4 at 79. And we've got a whole bunch of referees to pick as well, which is happening in the big screen right now. And here they come. And there are our 3. Jenny Ortiz of Colombia, Priyanuk Enakate of Thailand, and Tibor Gyerko of Hungary. Already backstage, there's Pamela Munoz, closest to the camera for Chile. We'll be seeing her very shortly. And Natalia Uribe Butner is our technical chief for this. So that's our refereeing team. And the jury led by Luis Gustavo Leite. Day job when he's not working on this is basically the technical delegate in Brazilian football every weekend. Back to that next weekend. Hey, back to that for me next weekend actually as well, come to think of it. European football season starts. But the Paralympic season continues. European Championship coming up in September. That's back in Tbilisi, which held the World Championships at the end of last year, and Cairo at the end of October. For the African Championships, the Fazal World Cup in Dubai at the end of the year as well. And everybody back there for another version of that, another running of that early next year. And then the World Championships at the end of June in Dubai once more. Very, very busy venue. It's obviously being day 3 of 4, the penultimate day. Championships being run off very, very fast indeed. Was supposed to be a 5-day event in Bogota 4 years ago. There were a few issues in the city at the time. Lost the day because of that. Ended up being a 4-day event. Very close to actually being a 3-day event, which would have meant 3 very, very long days. But thankfully, that didn't happen.
Yeah. I only got one question. So is that all you got? You go big or stronger. You push harder. Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster. So is that all you got? You put your best in the West End. No resting.
It is warm
that all you
here
got?
today.
So you a victor. I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
Sun's come out today. St. Louis for the first time in, what, 4 days? It's in the mid-30s Celsius, knocking in the 90s Fahrenheit. Had been in the hundreds just over a week ago. And the first few to lift are being brought through. Warm-up area alongside the main stage, just across the corridor, the call area, immediately backstage. It's a very good compromise that's been come up in the age of COVID. You'll remember the World Championships at the end of last year when there were separate groups, Group A, Group B, and so on. We had to have a 30-minute break between each group, minimum. So it certainly elongated the day's competitions, which we mercifully don't have to worry about anymore here. If we've got 2 groups, then it's back to normal. We run straight through, as usual, one group after the other. Everybody's ready. The women's 73 and 79 kilo finals in St. Louis are on the way. These are the 9 who will be watching.
Is that all you got? Yeah. I only got one question. So is that all you got? You go big or stronger. You push harder. Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster. So is that all you got? You put your best in the West End. No resting. Is that all you got? So you a victor. I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
So here we go. The next 2 women's crowns will be decided in the next hour. And we have, yet again, a lot of the top champions dueling here. So first to go for Estonia, this is Jelena Pippa. She's immediately going for a new lifetime best of 60. And her coach these days on stage with her is actually her mother. Nelly had been coached for quite a while by Maxim Ignatenko. But at the World Championships last year, the Estonian Federation, for whatever reason, sent her on her own. Had to fly solo. That doesn't happen anymore, mercifully. Finished 24th of those World Championships, 17th in the previous ones in Nur Sultan. She was 8th in the Europeans in Bergsamere 4 years ago. International swimmer for 16 years previously, international rower for 5. High finish in the 2011 World Rowing Championships. And she's based in Tallinn in the capital. And she is her country's only female para-powerlifter. She's an able-bodied competition the rest of the time. She wins quite a few of those. Here she goes, lifetime best, aiming for 60. Jelena Pipper for Estonia. She's not got it. All against her on the press. And she misses out. Unfortunate. Stop sequence perfectly fine. And the referees didn't go for it. Next to go for Chile, the Parapan Am bronze medalist in Lima in 2019, Pamela Munoz. 6th in the Americas Championship 4 years ago in Bogota. Won in the Lima World Cup ahead of those Pan Ams. Regular coach is Victor Rubila, and this for 62. This is just below a lifetime best of 65. And this for the lead in the 73 kilo final. So, 62. Didn't go right. I hope that's not going to cause a difficulty for later on. Something wasn't quite right, and it is no lift for Pamela Munoz. Just went wrong. She's close to her lifetime best. There, that was 65. Great result in claiming Parapan Am bronze. What a result 3 years back. Next up from Mexico, Yesenia Colmenares. And this is a target of 81. Lifetime best 84. She's the Mexican champion. Her first major championship this is. Well, she's got a good opportunity here. Going for 81. This also in the 73 kilo decider, in which we've seen Munoz and Piper already go. Well, she's a real wild card, but she is the Mexican champion. And if you do that, then you're good. She's 30 years old. Her lifetime best is 84, so she's pitching in just under that. So this for the lead. 20 seconds left on the clock. She spent a lot of time on the bench. This to go into the lead. She has 2-1 in her favor. It was the press sequence that was the one vote against her, but don't worry about that, she won't. First successful lift we've had, Yesenia Colmenares-Ratano. Pitched herself a little bit beneath her lifetime best, and she goes in front. This is at 73 kilos. Steadily does it. So now we skip up to 79 kilo final. 4 going in this. We've got Caroline Fernandez, Elizite Arujo, both of Brazil, Claudia, Miranda Rantes of Mexico. And hey! Macarena for Chile, Macarena Montero going for 84. 13th in the World Championships. Gold in the Lima World Cup in 2019 ahead of the Pan Ams. The Chilean champion she's been. Victor Uribilar, her regular coach as well, the national coach. And they have a brilliant setup. They sent everybody to Bogota for the few weeks leading up to these championships. It's worked out well. They've picked up some medals so far. She's still got a minute to go, so Macarena Montero can still take her time a bit. First of 4 competing in the 79 kilo final is Macarena Montero. At 84. Give it another stab. Lift hasn't begun. 90 her lifetime best. This is a good chunk underneath. Now that clock has reset. And it's 2-1 against, 1 for the body sequence and 1 for the stop sequence. And it was the latter that I thought was the most interesting. Certainly flagged up by one of our referees. It's not as if they've been officiating this quite harshly so far. But 3 of the first 4 lifts have been no lifts to date. It's a bit for the Chilean team to sort out. Next to go for Mexico, Claudia Miranda, going for 85 here. The America's bronze medalist 4 years ago. Previously, a very talented wheelchair basketballer for a long time. Reached the quarterfinals with Mexico in the wheelchair basketball tournament at Sydney 2000. Paralympic Games there, 2 quarterfinals in the World Championships, 98 and 2006. El Salvador born. Skipped away from there when the war broke out when she was a youngster in the early to mid 80s. 14th in the World Championships in Nur-Sultan in 2019. 86 is a lifetime best, this for 85. Most of them have decided to go just below their lifetime best in the opening round. As we saw in the previous competition at 67, they all did that. All went for new bests in the second round and got them all.
1 minute remaining.
So 85 for Claudia Miranda.
Una, dos, tres. Mantén ahí. Baja.
So 85 it is. Claudia Miranda gets it raised. Is that the first successful one in this final? Yes, it is. In the 79 kilo decider, she is our leader. 3 out of 3, 3 white lights, 85 for Claudia Miranda. She's very close to her lifetime best. Excellently executed. Mexico with the only successful lifts in the 2 finals. Combinadas in the 73 final. Claudia Miranda in the 79 decider. The rest right now are not on the board. So now we've got 4 lifters in a row from Brazil across the 2 competitions, and here's the first of them. It's Amanda de Souza, the Americas and Parapan bronze medalist from the most recent editions. Also the South American Games champion in 2014 when they were held in Santiago. One World Championship she's competed in, and that was 3 World Championships ago. 2017 in Mexico City, she finished 9th in that. Hasn't qualified for one since, but at continental level, she's been tremendous. Bogota, bronze in 2018. Lima, bronze in 2019. I've not seen her in a major championship since then, actually. Maybe some mitigating circumstances for that. This for 90. Lifetime best is 97, so she's probably being quite crafty and going this low. It would be the lead. Now if she gets this, she's in with a great chance. No! Well, all 3 referees have voted it down. 3 for the press and 2 of the 3 for the stop sequence. No success. So across the 6 that we've seen so far, only 2 successful lifts, both from the Mexicans. Even the stop sequence in itself was enough, because 2 voted it down and that, but then all 3 went to press the purple button. Next up will be Elizete Arujo, who's in the 79 kilo final, the heavier of the 2 weight divisions being fought off simultaneously. It's a turquoise light blue button for the Body position going wrong. Dark blue for the down sequence. Orange for the stop sequence, which used to be the chest sequence. And purple for the press sequence. Elizete Araujo going for 92. The America's bronze medalist 4 years ago. She was 5th subsequently in the Parapan, based in Uberlandia, coached by Weverton Lima dos Santos, who's responsible for a lot of the Brazilian team here. Her lifetime best is 106. Not necessarily in this weight division. So 92, this to go into the lead with 1 to go in this weight division. Elizete Araujo getting it raised, and that's a good lift. And we've not seen many of them so far in this competition, but she's got it very successfully so too. She leads the 79-kilo final. Claudia Miranda of Mexico in second spot. Nobody else on the board yet in this. She's done very well. She's impressed the referees, and there's not many who've managed that so far. That is the first 3 white lighters so far out of the 7 lifts we've seen to date, and she's in front, and that's a good chance of a medal straight away. No guarantee. Brazil 1. It may be Brazil 1 and 2, because here comes Carolyn Fernandez. It is her first major championship, and she is gunning for a lifetime best of 100, just like that. Straight out of the blocks. She's 26 years old. A brand new name on the international circuit. We're about to see how good she is. This for 100. This for the lead for Brazil. 3 white lights. She leads. She's in a gold medal position in a major championship debut. And that is a tremendous lift. And it's a big lead of 8 over Elizete Araujo. Claudia Miranda of Mexico down in the bronze medal position, 15 kilos behind. And that was just immense by Carolyn Fernandez. Just like that. So one more lift to go in the first round, and it's Mariana D'Andrea who's just seen her America's 67-kilo record gone. Edged out by Bertha Fernandez. She's going for 130 here. The reigning Americas and Pan Am champion. She's jumped between the weight divisions quite a bit, between 67 and 73. The Paralympic champion in Tokyo last year. America's gold in Bogota, Pan Am gold in Lima, European Open gold in Berg-sur-Mer, Youth Pan Am gold in Sao Paulo in 2017. She's won virtually everything except the World Championship. She can put that to right next year. Mariana D'Andrea, 130. No, it's 2-1 against, and it is the stop sequence. Both times. She She has to come back and reconsider. 135 is her America's record. So only one successful lift in the 73 kilo final so far. So watch the stop sequence here when it's down on the chest. They obviously felt that the press itself, the actual lift upwards was fine, but able to breathe a sigh of relief as everybody else in the competition. And we have a leader in the 73 kilo final, and the only one who's been successful so far. Elena Pippa can breathe a sigh of relief because, well, she's back in the hunt. 5 lifts, she was one of 4 to miss in the opening round of the 73 kilo final. It's 27 Celsius today outside. Air conditioning, it's a great thing. Elena Pippa is back. Lifetime best of 58. She finished 24th in the World Championship final, one behind Pamela Munoz in the same weight category in Tbilisi. It was a really well-organized championships in Georgia. It was organized in a bubble. The only major championship that's had to be organized that way. And they got through it. I said she's been very successful in able-bodied competitions. We've said for many years that the level of officiating is on a par with the able-bodied powerlifting circuit. Actually, in many ways, it's quite a lot stricter in powerlifting, where there are extra hurdles to jump, of course, that everybody has had to go through. Elena Pippa for 60 for a lifetime best. Has she got it? Yes, she has. And she goes into the silver medal position for Estonia in the open competition. She's come here. It's the heaviest lift of her life. In able-bodied powerlifting, she's lifted far heavier than this. But things are different on this scene. That is a really, really good job. Estonia is one of the countries that doesn't have a huge amount of para-athletes. They've one female para-powerlifter. That is she. Well done, Elena Pippa. One male. I think 3 para-athletes. Chile have got a huge, really talented team of para-powerlifters, and this is one of them. Because we've already seen how good she is in Lima in 2019. Brilliantly. Now she had problems at 62, did Pamela Munoz last time. That bar wouldn't go up at all. Bit of a left shoulder problem, but, well, she's back. Hopefully it's not a continuing issue. Pamela Munoz at 62. Just got to get those strappings right. Still has a minute, still lots of time. Got to raise this time. That was a good effort. Oh, it's not a good lift, though. The 3 against. It's mainly on the press. 1 also for the stop sequence, our center referee. Well, she got it to the top this time, not last time. 1 more lift to go to get on the mark, because right now, if she'd got that, if the referees had been happier with it, she would be in the silver medal position in the Americas Championship. And it's the kind of competition where even if you're pitching yourself down the field a bit in terms of the weight, 1 successful lift A lot of others going for the heavier weights are missing out. You can get on the board and get a medal and get on the podium. So, for Mexico, Yesenia Colmenares in a major championship debut, the Mexican champion, and she right now is in the gold medal position. Amanda de Souza, Mariana D'Andrea of Brazil, both missing in the opening round. It's been a really tremendous debut for her, and the way she has gone at 81, and you compare those who are aiming at the weights ahead of her, she's got a medal, definitely. It will be bronze at worst for her. I don't see her being overtaken by those behind. So if De Souza and D'Andrea are successful, then Yesenia Colmenares will be on the board, will be on the podium. And there's no doubt about that. And she's the only one to have got her first lift right in the opening round of the 73 kilo final.
Buen saque primero, fuerte, fácil. Espero.
So here she comes. She still hasn't left herself much time to get the lift right. But she has got the lift right. 2-1 for Yesenia Colmenares. She leads an 84. She's in the gold medal position for Mexico. And in a major championship debut. She's having the time of her life. What a result. Well, tremendous lifting so far from her. And we are seeing two first-timers currently in the gold medal position. The past masters struggling a bit. She's not. Well, she is physically. But it's a good lift. And on the scoreboard, it's not a struggle at all. But you look at the amount of training that's done day by day, week by week, 5 days a week minimum, 4 or 5 hours a day. The commitment, the effort, magnificent. Macarena Montero is one of those. Going for Chile here at 8. This would put her into 4th place in the 79 kilo final, and she'd be 1 kilo off the bronze. She didn't quite get it right in the first round. It was 2-1 against, and one of those split decisions that could very easily have fallen her way. Aiming for her first major championship medal. It's definitely showed what she could do in that Lima World Cup 3 years ago, ahead of the Parapan. 84 here, her target. Wonder about that stop sequence. We'll see. She's good. She's good. It's 2-1 in her favour. The 1 against was for the stop sequence. But from the wide angles, that looked absolutely fine. She's on the board. She's in 4th place. And she is 1 kilo away from bronze. Pushed through well, she was happy with that, and yeah, on the board now. Big chance of a medal for her. The battle is on. Now we switch back to the women's 73 kilo final, this being led by Yesenia Colmenares of Mexico in 84. And in silver, in the open competition, Jelena Piper for Estonia. So Amanda de Souza of Brazil coming now, aiming for 90. Medals in her last two major championships in the Americas in Bogota and the Pan Ams in Lima. Santiago hosting the Pan Ams next year. It's a very late one. It's late November. Well, at least it's on the right year. So this for 90. Amanda de Souza, her lifetime best is 97. It's a technical issue with her first attempt because she's definitely capable of this weight. 90 for de Souza. Got the stop sequence right by the looks of it. Definitely her coach on stage is happier. The referees aren't. She got the stop sequence right. They've all gone her down in the press sequence, though. She's in danger of wipeout. Well, the door is open for the rest to wade in, so it's from here on in that you want to watch. Under control, is it? Is it pressed equally? Colmenares still leads for Mexico. Piper in second. That's in the open competition. None of the other medals at the moment are occupied. So now into the women's 79 kilo final, and it's Claudia Miranda for Mexico. This is for 90. 4 kilos above her lifetime best for the America's bronze medalist from 2018. That was a great championship in Bogota. It was huge crowds. It was on Continental Sports Television. It was Clara Sports who had it. Christmas time 2018. Definitely an event to enjoy. So 90 for Claudia Miranda.
Una, dos, tres.
This
Fuerte.
to
Mantén.
improve her spot in the bronze medal position. Remember, she's only 1 kilo ahead of Macarena Montero of Chile right now. She can add a further 5 to that to make it a bit more secure. That is what she has done. She's gone up to 90. Macarena will follow her in the final round, and she will try and emulate that. But what an effort by Claudia Miranda. 3 out of 3, the 3 white lights. It's a very strong bronze medal position. She's 2 kilos off Arujo in silver, 6 clear of Macarena Montero. So everybody in this 79 kilo final has had at least 1 successful lift. She's had 2. She's in the gold medal position in terms of the total lift right now. Next up in the 79 kilo final, Elisete Arujo of Brazil got 92 in the opening round. Only 2 kilos clear of Claudia Miranda. This for 96. Her lifetime best, as we've said earlier, 106. The ability's definitely there for the Brazilian champion, one of many based in Uberlandia. Obviously, it's an immense country. You fly 4 hours due north from Sao Paulo, from Rio. You're still flying over Brazil. Arujo would hit the front in terms of the total lift as well if she gets this to increase her lead in the silver medal position by 6 kilos, and she would be 4 off our leader, Caroline Fernandez, her Brazilian teammate. This for 96 for Elisete Arujo. That looks nice. It's a good lift. 96 for Elisete Arujo. That was excellent. 3 out of 3. Those 3 glorious white lights for Elisete Arujo. They're very much in the groove in this 79 kilo final. Really tremendous lift. Good competition in this. There's fights for every medal. Arujo in the last round is going to try and jump up into this woman's position, which is gold. Arujo in silver might win the gold. She might be overtaken and drop down to bronze. And Macarena Montero of Chile wants the bronze as well. There's a lot of intrigue in this. It's always fascinating when everybody's pitching themselves quite close. It's different when you've got gaps of 10 or 15 kilos each time and everyone's successful, so it's always good to watch successful lifts, but the story of the competition is quite straightforward. This one, different story. Caroline Fernandez, what an introduction. Welcome to the world. If she gets this, the gold is certainly hers for another lifetime best of 105. She's determined. She's good. And the lift is good too. Caroline Fernandez scores at 105, and that will be the America's gold. What an introduction to the world scene. $105. She goes into the lead in terms of the total lift as well, and she's looking unstoppable. A tremendous talent, and she's come into the scene at the age of 26. Magnificent. One more lift to go in this second round, and there's a determined look for a different reason from Mariana D'Andrea. Missed her first round attempt at 130, going for 130 again here, so the top 2 attempters have missed out on this. So Yesenia Colmenares leads for Mexico, and Yelena Pip is in second place for Estonia. So 130 for Mariana D'Andrea, the Paralympic champion in Tokyo, the Pan Am champion, the Americas champion, the European Open champion, reigning champion in them all. This for 130. 5 kilos off her America's record. Let's see if it's good. It is good. 2-1 in her favor. She's in front. That's the gold. Nobody's going to challenge that mark. How super. Mariana D'Andrea, the America's champion again. And a lift of magnificent quality. Well, you can't fault a great champ. Look at that, Mariana D'Andrea, 130. Colmenares second for Mexico. Yelena Piper still up there in third. Chance of a medal still for Pamela Munoz too if she gets that 62. And then the bottom half of the table, the 79 kilo final, Caroline Fernandez. What an introduction, 105. She's doing brilliantly. Arujo 96, Claudia Miranda 90, Macarena Montero 84. And as you can see from the figures, they're all trying to jump up one medal. Pamela Munoz needs this to go into the bronze medal position in the women's 73 kilo final. A really talented sportswoman. This for 62, and it's just below her lifetime best. She can really try and let loose here. It'll be out of her hands as to whether or not she gets a medal. But so long as this is good, she'd be up into third spot.
Start.
62. Big moment. Well, she's got it raised. They haven't gone for her, though. It's 2 against her on the stop sequence. It's 2 against her on the press. And a wipeout. She doesn't register a mark. Pamela Munoz, unfortunately. Three goes at 62. And I'm afraid none of them have been registered. Well, it was 2 against her in the stop sequence, and she ironed that out. It was 2 against her in the press. Had a lot to impress. Didn't register a mark, I fear. Currently in the bronze medal position in the open competition for Estonia, Yelena Piper. She's a lifetime best of 60 in the previous round. And she is on the brink of getting a major championship medal for the first time. That depends on Amanda de Souza, who hasn't registered a mark either. This for 63 for another lifetime best. Another great campaigner she is.
1 minute remaining.
She set up the Estonian Disabled Women's Association. There hadn't been one prior to her. Well, that for 63. Has she managed to do it? Were they happy with that press? The answer's no. She's won lifetime best today. She's in the bronze medal position in the open competition. She's in a class of her own in Estonia. Well coached now by her mother. It's a good one to have in a corner, Nelly Piper, as Yelena is on the brink of a bronze. Didn't get that. All the elements were fine. Up to the press, it was a bit ragged on the way up, but don't worry about that. She got her mark of 60. She's on the board. She's in position for bronze. Here is our current silver medalist, Retana Colmenares. 84, she's got that matching a lifetime best in round 2. Now this to break it. Now if she gets this, she'll have a very large lead. In terms of the total lift, she can still be overtaken, but can only be overtaken by an America's record. There will be an America's record attempt at the end of this round. We've seen some tremendous new names at these America's Open Championships, and particularly in this session. The 2 first-timers are winning medals here. There's no doubt about that now. In the gold medal position for a long time. It's silver at best for her now. Whether she gets this or not, at worst, it's bronze.
Aguántalo, fuerte, firme. Respiro bien.
So, 85 for Retana Colmenares. Oh, she's moved that up well at 85. Oh, she's got it. 2-1 in her favor. She goes way out in front in the total lift as well. Silver medal spots for Yesenia Colmenares. It will be at worst bronze. She's got every single lift. She might win the gold in the total lift. If she doesn't, it'll be silver. What a great lift from Yesenia Colmenares. It only needed to be a good lift, and it was a good lift. Everything she's done has been a good lift. That's the technique to study. Magnificent. Amanti, if she gets this, she goes up into silver. And silver it would be. It would knock Colmenares out of second spot. And if she gets it, well, Jelena Pipper is in jeopardy here, third in the open competition. Amanda de Souza has already won Americas and Parapan Am bronzes. And from 8 years ago, she's still the reigning South American Games champion. The Para South American Games didn't subsequently happen in 2018. And for other more obvious reasons, the past 2 years, they haven't been scheduled since. A really excellent campaigner, Amanda de Souza. This is a big one for another championship medal. It would be a silver for her. Colmenares and Pippa are watching this intently. It's a big moment for them too. Amanda de Souza, third stab at 90. Needs to get this right. She's got it raised this time. Is it clean? It's not. It's 2-1 against on the press sequence. And there will be a rush to put a challenge in there. You'll see immediately from her coach. It's still in the balance. Wait and see. The lift challenge is rejected. De Souza suffers a wipeout. Colmenares wins the silver, and Yelena Pippa has a bronze. De Souza doesn't register a mark, and she misses out. It was the press that the two-side referees were not satisfied with. Everything else was okay. So both Amanda De Souza and Pamela Munoz are denied registering a mark. And Pamela being good with even one of her attempts, then she'd have had a bronze. Lots of ifs and buts in this game. So we cross over for the time being with the women's 79 kilo final. 4 lifts in a row to decide that crown. Macarena Montero is in 4th spot on 84 kilos. Claudia Miranda of Mexico 3rd on 90. Montero going for 91 here. It would be a new lifetime best by 1 kilo. It's her first time in an Americas competition, a championship, either in Americas or a Pan Am Games next year in Santiago. She doesn't have to go far for that. There's a lot of traveling in the country from north to south. So Macarena Montero, it's important to get this in 91. She would also go into bronze position for the moment in the total lift. She could have just gone for 90 here and tied up with Claudia Miranda, going for 91. This to go into the bronze medal position. It'll be put back in the rack. She's only a handful of seconds. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. It has to be now. I think, has she just run out of time? Is she going to be allowed to continue on? She's not. She'll be marked down for it. She did run out of time. It is no lift. It's no lift for Macarena Montero. She finishes at 84. Final seconds went. They could if they wish, but you can tell from the body language it's not going to happen. To see if they could try and get the clock reset and go forward for the lift. Seeing her coach, is he going to stop and have a quick word, have a quick appeal? I don't think so. So Macarena Montero finishes in 4th place. Her attempt was for 91. Claudia Miranda has the bronze medal at least on 90. Well, it's quite remarkable. That's twice in 24 hours now that we've seen different lifters run out of time. You hardly ever see that. I'm just trying to think, for the last 10 years I've been doing this job with all the championships, and I think I might have only seen it once. Possibly twice. Just has to be a technical reset, because Claudia Miranda is coming up. It's currently showing up as a no lift for her, but obviously she's not come up yet for Mexico. I'm not quite sure what's happened to Claudia Miranda. She's not come out for 95. It is supposed to be her lifting now. Instead, it's Elisete Arujo for Brazil going for 100. Alizete Arujo going for 100. Miranda would have gone for 95, which would have been one off the silver medal. Maybe she's elected just not to go for it. It's Arujo for 100. She has the silver. Does she have a three-figure lift today? She does! Arujo has the silver. An impressive lift of 100 kilos. She's back on the podium. Her second major championship medal. Bronze in the last America's Championship in 2018. And here it is silver. Claudia Miranda will be allowed lift next. There was an error in the lifting sequence. That was to do with Macarena Montero's running out of time, being debited to her and Claudia Miranda. Anyway, great lift by Alizete Arujo. Tremendous for 100, and she gets the silver. Currently in the gold medal position in the total lift. So Alizete Arujo going into this round was on 96 kilos. That lift was for 100. Claudia Miranda is coming here, aiming for 96 kilos, and her lift should have happened before Arujo's one. Well, Miranda has won the bronze. If she gets this, she's up into the silver medal position in the total lift, but obviously, if she comes out here in the right sequence and she lifts it, she's got all three lifts. She's level in the silver medal position with Arujo, and then Arujo is additional pressure to try and get her lift of 100. That's the way it should have happened, but it hasn't. It's like they mix up the reels and you find out after 10 minutes Bruce Willis is a ghost. Spoiler alert. Hope you weren't going to watch that tonight. I'm sorry to have spoiled the big secret of Die Hard for you, but anyway. This is our bronze medalist, Claudia Miranda from Mexico. It's another America's bronze medal for her. Very successful as a wheelchair basketballer. A Paralympic silver medalist. Let's see if she's got this right. Definitely helps her if she gets it. She doesn't. That would have been in terms of the total lift. Anyway, it's bronze for her as it stands. It's bronze for her as well in terms of the total lift. So she gets 4 medals across the best lift and total lift Americas at Open. Circumstances might have been very different if she'd been going for that 2 minutes earlier. There was less at stake for her due to Arujo's successful lift at 100. And this is the woman who's cleaned up everything. Caroline Fernandez for Brazil. A year ahead of the Parapan in Santiago. 2 years ahead of the Paralympic Games in Paris. And she's now a big contender for them both. $107 for Caroline Fernandez. It's one of the most impressive debuts you can ever expect to see. She's come in without a major competition under her belt, without a national competition under her belt. Well, they've spotted her, they've seen her talent. They knew internally she was very good, and we all know that now. She is the America's champion. This for her third lifetime best of the day, and if she gets it, she also wins the total lift. If not, it's the silver in the total lift, and Arujo gets the gold instead. But Carolyn Fernandez is our champion. For 107. Such an impressive campaigner, and she can only get better, because right now she's brilliant. She's won everything. She's the America's champion. She's won the total lift. She's got all 3 lifts. 3 white lights for everyone. I don't know if we've ever seen a debut as good as this. Continental champion just like that. 107 she's lifted, another lifetime best, 312 her total mark, and she'll get those golds too. Just champion, Carolyn Fernandez for Brazil. It's real delight. All the effort. We might not have seen it before. There's still a lot of work to get on this stage, no matter who you are, and it takes a long time. So now, Brazil winning both the 73 and 79 kilo titles. Mariana D'Andrea lifting at 73, attempted a new America's record, trying to break the mark that she holds of 135 set at the World Championships at the end of last year in Georgia. If she also gets this, she wins the total lift.
Yes.
Only 3 were successful in getting a lift in this whole competition. This for an America's record, so she's got that raised. 136, is the record hers? Well, it will be hers, and she's got it. She's added 1 to it. She's broken her own mark. She wins the total lift. She's the America's champion again. The Paralympic champion is the queen on the stage of St. Louis. She missed her first attempt, but she still sweeps the board. Mariana D'Andrea takes the title. As simple as that. An excellent America's record. 136. She takes the gold ahead of our longtime leader, Yesenia Colmenares of Mexico, who gets the silver anyway. There's no America's bronze. Amanda de Souza and Pamela Munoz missing out. Yelena Pipper will get a bronze, though, in the open competition. Does she fancy another America's record? She does fancy another America's record. She feels up to it. There is a power lift coming for Mariana D'Andrea. Well, she feels good for it. 140 is her target. She'll not waste any time either. Total of 266 she's lifted. This obviously doesn't go towards the total lift, but it does go towards the best lift nowadays, which it never did before. This for 140. She's won the total lift in 266. Colmenares second on 250. Pipper third on 60. Gets open bronze in the best lift, our traditional championship championship and now the new total lift. Mariana D'Andrea going for 140, having broken her own America's record. Can't beat a good champion. She's America's champion for the second time. Pan Am champion once, European Open champion once, Paralympic champion once. World Championship silver medalist it was in Tbilisi. Aiming for more. Aiming for 140.
Tô na energia. Desce, mano. Desce. Sente a barra. Peito, explode. Desça.
Still plenty of time for Mariana D'Andrea. This for 1:40 for her second America's record of the morning, and she has got it. Well, she's done it again. She's in immense form, and that's why she's the Paralympic champion. That's why she is as good as she is. Absolutely sensational. Second in the World Championships behind Zhu Lili. She lifted her old America's record of 135 in that. She's lifted 136 and 140 here. "10 kilos off Suad Ghazouani's 9-year-old world record." Mariana D'Andrea gets the gold, and she had, out of her 4 lifts, 3 that were successful. You can't say much more than what she's done, really. Lot to get through in terms of the results. D'Andrea wins the 73-kilo title. Colmenares the silver. Yelena Piper of Estonia the bronze. Door was open for Pamela Munoz or Amanda de Souza to get the America's bronze, and it's the same 1, 2, 3 in terms of the total lift. There's no America's bronze this time. In terms of the 79-kilo final, gold for Carolyn Fernandez of Brazil. Arujo silver for Brazil. Claudia Miranda the bronze 3 in terms of the total lift as well. Those medals presented in a different ceremony to the one that we're going to see shortly. A different part of the building.
till it best because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone.
So victory ceremony coming for the women's 73 and 79 kilo finals. So there's a lot to take in this. 73 kilo decider first. And this in the open competition. There will only be gold and silver for the Americas, so they can give these out here too, potentially. Now, it is bronze for Estonia for Jelena Pipper. I'm pretty sure this must be the first championship medal that Estonia has ever won in this sport. And it is bronze at the Americas Open. She lifted 60 for a lifetime best in the second round. And that is a bronze for Estonia, for Jelena Pipper. Also will pick up bronze for the total lift. The Americas silver going to the championship debutante from Mexico, Yesenia Colmenares. She got all of her lifts in here. 81, 84 and 85. But Mariana D'Andrea takes the gold, broke her own America's record twice, 136, and then with a powerlift 140, missed in the opening round. That left the door open for everyone else. But she still came back, took the gold, wins this competition, and wins the total lift as well. Only needed 2 counting lifts for that. The Paralympic champion retains her America's crown. Mariana D'Andrea takes the gold for Brazil. Well, she remains the one they all have to beat. Mariana D'Andrea picking up the gold for Brazil. Yesenia Colmenares the silver for Mexico, and the bronze for Estonia from Jelena Pipper, which is a brilliant result for her country. They don't win many para-sport medals at all. Country of just over 1 million people. And she's the one putting all the effort in for them to be represented on the world stage. And she's got her bronze. D'Andrea, the Paralympic champion, adds twice to her own America's record. Those were the open medals only. There is a kind of a curiosity in terms of the America's Championship in that there were nobody else in the competition able to register a mark, hence there's no bronze medal in the Americas. So we've had the open presentations, 3 medals in that. We are going to have the Americas ceremony now, and just the gold and silver being awarded in this, because outside of Mariana D'Andrea and Yesenia Colmenares, we didn't have any other successful lifts from the Americas competitors in this. Unfortunately, would have been great to have seen that third spot filled. Yesenia Colmenares, the Americas silver for Mexico. Broke through to be crowned the Mexican champion this year at the age of 30, and now an Americas silver. Next big target, Santiago. 15 months time for the Parapan. The defending champion in that. The defending champion in this, the winner again, Mariana D'Andrea. Emphatically good today. It's just edged out for gold at the end of last year in Georgia. It's anthem time again. Can't beat a great champion, and that's what Mariana D'Andrea is. But what a find, you have to say, Yesenia Colmenares is. She got all three of her lifts as well, and this will be the 1 and 2 in the total lift as well. That's certainly happening elsewhere. Just a quick word about the presenting team. Dr. Brad Huff, Vice President of Information Technology for Logan University, and Kathy Boulay, the Vice President of the American Chiropractic Association Board of Governors and member of the Logan Board of Trustees. Those the 73 kilo 70s, 79 to come next. It was worth it. So now the victory 70 for the women's 79 kilo final. Another new name, another champion name. This is the 70 for 79 kilos. Everybody had a successful mark in this. Macarena Montero just missing out on the podium. Missed her final attempt at 91. The clock ran out. So Claudia Miranda, with her lift of 90, gets the bronze for Mexico. It'll be 2 medals each for the America's Championship and the Open Championship. Claudia Miranda, for the second consecutive America's Championship, picks up the bronze. Missed the most recent World Championships, did compete in the ones before that in Nur Sultan in 2019. It is Brazil 1 and 2. Elizete Araujo, bronze in the last Americas herself, silver this time. And she pitched it really well. She's lifted a lot heavier in her career, only needed to go up to 100. Well, I say only, but you know, silver for Araujo, and that is her best ever placing in a major championship. She finished 5th in the Pan Ams in Lima in 2019. So 2 best ever placings we've already seen, and a best ever placing here as well. And there's a good reason why, because Carolyn Fernandez is the America's champion for the first time in her first major event. 3 big lifts, went up to 107. She wins the total lift as well. And she's been just brilliant. at the age of 26, she is the America's champion. Picks up the open gold as well, and that'll be repeated in a further ceremony for the total lift. What a find! Caroline Fernandez takes all the golds for Brazil. Sweet Caroline Fernandez is the champion for Brazil. And suddenly, she becomes a big favourite for the Parapan next year and a live candidate for a medal at the Paralympic Games in Paris. She's come through the system, and it turns out she's really good. Can't say better than what she's done. 107 she's got up to take the title, and she is Brazil's latest major champion. Where do they find them? So that's the victory ceremonies we're going to see. Men's action, 88 kilo final. It's underway in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Coverage starts in 55. But it's Brazil on the double in the women's 73 and 79 kilo deciders.
Please me, baby. Turn around and just tease me, baby. You got what I want and what I need. Please, please me, baby. Turn around and just tease me, baby. You got what I want and what I need, baby.
Let me hear you say,
Please,
let me hear you say,
please.
lollipopping, twerking in some J's on the dance floor. No in the way, I take my time with it. I bring you close to me. Don't want no young dumb. Better freak me like we listening to Jodeci. I was trying to lay low, taking it slow. When I'm picking again, hey, gotta celebrate. If your man look good, better put him away. If you can sweat the weave out, you shouldn't even be out. There no reservations at the ooh, you gon' I'm gonna ride it, do it just how you like it tonight. And after that, let's do it one more time.
Girl, I ain't one for begging, but now you got me begging.
But I wouldn't have did all that. I would've played it just how you wanted to play it. You didn't yet see my worth, so you tried to play me. But I was so in love, that I just got a little bit too complicated. But if I had you back, all I wanna do is get drunk, take. All I wanna do is get drunk, hop planes. All I say would be no love. You, it would be no love. You, if I did it all again, I would give like 10%. You deserve like half of that. I'ma need my money back. I'm riding through your hood, it pissed me off again. For the land new come find me. I did tripping like I don't got that designer. All I'm trying to see is your credit card. Swipe it off for me. Give me what I want. I don't need to just see me, just BB me, just that when I call. No more feelings involved. I done seen all I need to love.
At first we started out real cool, taking me places I ain't never been. But now you're getting comfortable, ain't doing those things you did no more. You're slowly making me pay for things your money should be handling. And now you ask to use my car, drive it all day and don't fill up the tank. And you have the audacity to even come and step to me, ask to hold some money from me until you get your check next week. You're trifling, good for nothing type of brother. Silly me, why haven't I found another? A baller, when times get hard, need someone to help me out. It's
Instead of a scrub like you who don't know what a man's about. Pay my bills, can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? If you did, then maybe we could chill. I don't think you do, so you are through. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? If you did, then maybe we could chill. I don't think you do, so you are through. Now you've been maxing on my car. Pay me back credit, buy me gifts with my own hands. Haven't paid the first bill, but you're steady heading to the mall. Going on shopping sprees, perpetrating to your friends that you be falling. And then you use my cell phone, calling whoever that you think at home. And then when the bill comes, all of a sudden you be acting dumb. Don't know where none of these calls come from. When your mama's number's here more than once. You trifling, good for nothing type of brother. Silly me, why haven't I found another? A baller. When times get hard, need someone to help me out. Instead of a scrub like you who don't know what a man's about. Pay the bills, keep paying my telephone bills. Pay my bills, chill. I don't think you do, so you and me are through. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobile?
Counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hit. The real ones been dying, the fake ones is lit. The game is off balance, I'm back on my The Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it. You all on my dick, I'm all in my bag, as hard as it get. I do not, I might take a sip, I might hit the, but I'm liable to trip. I ain't popping no, but you do as you wish. I roll with some fiends, I love them to death. I got a few mil, but not all of them rich. What good is the bread if my is broke? What good is first class if my can't sit? That's my next mission, that's why I can't quit. Just like LeBron, get my more chips. Just put the rollie right back on my wrist. This watch came from Drizzy, he gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying like this. They act like two legends cannot coexist, but I never beef with it for nothing. If I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout, it won't be for fame. It won't be cause my shit ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell you my latest little sneakers. It won't be cause some slid in my lane. Everything grows, it's destined to change. I love you little niggas, I'm glad that you came. I hope that you scrape every dollar you gain. I hope you know money won't erase the pain. To the OGs, I'm thanking you now. Was watching you when you was paving the ground. I copied your cadence, I mirrored your style. I studied the grace, I'm the greatest right now.
Why me crank it, why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy, that Superman, that now why me you crank that soldier? 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 Now what?
Soldier boy, tell me. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soldier Boy. You just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. Hey, I got this new dance. Hey, I got this new dance. Hey, I got this new.
I got something that makes me want to shout. I got something that tells me what it's all about. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I gotta move. That tells me what to do. Sometimes I feel. Now I gotta move. That tells me what to do. Sometimes I feel so nice. I wanna try myself a few. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I love to do my thing. And I don't need no one else. Sometimes I feel so nice. Good God. I jump back. I want to kiss myself. I've got soul. And I'm super bad.
It's close to midnight, and something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze, and so it looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is I'm gonna do it tonight. You hear the door slam and realize there's nowhere left to run. You feel the cold hand and wonder if you ever see the sun. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination. Girl, but all the while you hear a creature creeping up behind. You're out of time, 'cause this is no one's gonna save you from the beast of attraction.
Sorry, I ain't got no money. I'm not trying to be funny, but I left it all at home today. You can call me what you wanna. I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. You might knock me down, you might knock me down, but I will get back up again. You can call it how you wanna. I ain't giving you $1 this time. I ain't gonna run away. This time, I ain't gonna run away.
Why you make it so complicated? Off the drain, we concentrated. I know you won't leave me hanging. Smoking out the container. We spend cash for entertainment. There's more where that came from, that's all I'm saying. It's me and you, we making arrangements. It's you and me. One more time. One more time. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah. One more time. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, don't stop the dancing. One more time. You know I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate. Don't wait too late. No, we don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna celebrate. One more time. One more time. One more time. A celebration. You know we're gonna do it right tonight. Hey, just feel it. Music's got me feeling the need. Yeah. Come on. All right, we're gonna celebrate one more time. Celebrate and dance so free. Music's got me feeling so free. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
Turn the beat around. Love to hear percussion. Turn it upside down. Love to hear percussion. Love to hear it. Blow on your sure sound pretty. Your violins keep moving to the nitty-gritty. But when you hear the scratch of the guitar scratching, then you know that rhythm carries all the action. Whoa. Turn the beat around. Turn it around. To hear percussion. Yeah. Turn it upside down. Hey. Percussion. Love to hear it. Got to hear it. Turn the beat around. Love to hear percussion. Move your feet when you feel a beat, yeah. Turn it upside down. Love to hear percussion. Whoa. Love to hear it. The flute player, play your flute 'cause I know that you wanna get your thing on. But you see, I made up my mind about it. Got to be the rhythm, no doubt about it. Whoa. Let's go take a ride in the car. I will take the passenger seat. Baby, we don't have to go far. Unless you wanna show me a lovely place out of town where you feel most at ease. Well, you are the one that I like. Always, I think it's time to let you know the way I feel when you take hold. For one single touch from you, I'm gone. Still get the rush when I'm alone. I think it is time I let you know. Take all of me, I will devote. And you set me free, my body show. It feels the best when you're involved. I want you to take over control. Plug it in and turn me on. Plug it in and turn me on. Baby, can't you see that I'm giving all of me? So it's up to you. We can let time pass away or make an excuse to stay, but it's up to you now. Just wanna fulfill your needs while you're taking over me. So what do you want now? Take a picture, make a show, 'cause nobody has to know. All the ways that we get Yeah, wanna know what it's like? Baby, show me what it's like. I don't really got no tights. I just wanna fuck all night, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know. I just been fantasizing, and we got a lot of time. Baby, come throw the pipe. Gotta know what it's like, yeah. Oh, baby, I need to know. What's your size? Add, subtract, divide. Daddy don't throw no curves. Hold up, I'm going wide. We could just start at 10, then we could go to 5. I don't play with my pen. I mean what I write, yeah. Whoa. I just can't help but be sexual. your baby, just saying I'm flexible. I do what they can to get you off. Might just with my makeup on. Eat it like I need an apron on. Either till I need to change my thought. You can do it to your favorite song. Take a ride into the danger zone. You know my be bugging me. I just be wondering if you me better. Itching for me like an ugly sweater. Need it in me like a choking each other.
Gucci gang, ooh. That's it right now, T. Lil Pump, yeah. Gucci gang, oh, yeah. Big head on Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their ass on new chain. My bitch love to do cocaine. I fuck a bitch, I forgot her name. I can't bob in the wetter rain. Rather go and bob all man. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember. I'll be the one you won't forget.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. These biggity boys are diggity dog. I have them like Miley Cyrus, clothes off, twerking in their bras and thongs. Timber, face down, booty up. Timber, that's the way we like the wood. I'm sicker than an oil spill. She say she won't, but I bet she will. Timber, swing your partner round and round, and then the night is going down. One more shot, another round, and then the night is going down. Swing your partner round and round, and then the night is going down. One more shot, another round, and then the night is going
It's
down.
going down. I'm yelling. You better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember.